the location, right? And trucks, they just drove out in the middle, right? Middle of nowhere, of course. It always has to be in the middle of nowhere because then nobody could actually see that it's not real, right? I'm sure there was guards around the entire area, and they said, well, we can't have anyone here because that's where it's going to land, but really because it was just sitting there the entire time. But, you know, well, if you don't know what they're trying to tell you, they're trying to get you prepared for their ridiculous alien invasion, which is really demons coming over with CERN when they rip the veil open. However, let's even look at William Shatner talk about rehearsal.
To say a word about Blue Origin, throw it out there for somebody else to pick it up. But it certainly does look, when they say insertion, do they really mean insertion?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the whole thing. I've been there. I was there last week rehearsing, whatever they call it.
Training, I think is what they call it. But, you know, rehearsing
training. I think of it as rehearsal. I want to go warp speed. Take me to warp speed. And they say, what? And the weightlessness absolutely is entrancing.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine being weightless, and you're thin enough, but I'm not. Imagine being weightless and staring into that blackness and seeing the earth, and that's what I want to absorb. That's what I want to see.
It goes by fast, though, you know. I mean, because they, on their flight, though, on Bezos' flight, you know, they were throwing Skittles at each other and catching and stuff, and it looked like a lot of fun. I think I would want to be staring out the window the whole time while I'm floating.
I want to press my nose up against the plastic window. What I don't want to see is somebody else out there looking back at me. No, we don't want that one.
Nothing there. I mean, the two of them couldn't stop laughing. I mean, Anderson Cooper was talking about, he was really into the shape of the ship, which I covered once on my channel. He really liked that. No surprise. But, yeah, real funny to everybody, right? About this real serious thing. And, oh, yes. Virgin Atlantic Records. And who was the other one? Oh, and SpaceX going up. Well, NASA sits back and does nothing because, you know, NASA obviously serves another purpose. I mean, it was one of the greatest fronts in the history of mankind, as far as, at least in our lifetimes. I mean, maybe there were other greater fronts a long time ago before, you know, that we never heard about because they covered them up. But this is one of the funniest ones. I mean, they can't even keep straight faces. They're laughing so much at this. And you might say, okay, what is the point? Well, the point is that space, the illusion of people living on other planets and all this stuff, is to mix in with what they're doing with CERN, which is ripping through and creating a black hole. You might say, I don't understand what it is. And it's totally understandable. I get it. So let me just tell you. Okay? They're trying to rip through, literally rip through, I don't know if the word is atmosphere, and bring over things from the other side, which I've shown you in videos. They've admitted that. There's a whole nother dimension out there on the other side. Then they correlate that with this crap, where there's people on Mars, there's people up Uranus, literally, trying to convince you that these alien beings are going to come down. When demons exist, okay? Demons exist. And Aleister Crowley has taught them all about this, and I've covered it many times. Ram, Lam, Palm, whatever you want to call the thing, freak show, creep, what they depict the gray as. They are planning on bringing these things over through using CERN and other means. They're going to blame this on a huge deception that aliens come, and they need to also destroy the climate and the atmosphere to bring these things over so they can survive over here, so humans can serve as these things known as hosts. Sure, it might sound crazy to you. I don't blame you, but once you realize that your entire existence is a facade, it hurts. Jim, get on the dating scene, get on Tinder. All a waste and a distraction of time and life. Well, they've set this entire thing up to do this.
This is
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm telling you.
Holy hell.
Oh, my goodness me. Oh, wow. I can't believe this.
Apparently, it is by design that we fight. We seem to be pawns.
How do you balance science with science fiction? They're both the same.
A ty, brat, przez pomyłkę nie byłeś tu. Chciałeś usłyszeć tą muzykę snów, gdzie zmarzył znów i bądź zdrów. Wciąż bądź zdrów. Nie trzeba temu wiele słów, nie trzeba temu złotych stów. Nie trzeba czekać na żaden cud, bo jest on już, a dobre wibracje do ciebie wciąż puszczam. Jak złota różdżka wypełnia się pustka, a piękno całuje po ustach. Nawijam gram, bity to ciemność zabijam, wysokie wibracje braciom wysyłam. To jest ten trop, kolejny krok zwiastuje jasno, że opuszczasz mrok. Nawijam gram, bity to ciemność zabijam, wysokie wibracje braciom wysyłam. To jest ten trop, kolejny krok zwiastuje jasno, że opuszczasz mrok.